This video addresses the competency Simplify expressions with rational exponents. First, we are going to review the laws of exponents. Number one, it's the multiplication rule. That's a to the m times a to the n equals a to the power of m plus n, meaning to say, to multiply powers having the same base, we add the exponents. Number two, it's the division rule. So that's a to the m over a to the n equals a to the power of m minus n if m is greater than n, and it is equal to 1 if m equals n, and it is equal to 1 over a to the power of n minus m if m is less than n. So to divide powers having the same base, there are three cases. We subtract the exponents. So that's m minus n if the exponent of the numerator is greater than the exponent of the denominator, and it is just equal to 1 if the exponent of the numerator equals the exponent of the denominator, and it's equal to 1 over a to the power of n minus m if the exponent on the numerator is less than the exponent on the denominator. Number three, it's power of a power. So that's a to the m, then raised to another exponent n equals a to the power of m times n. So meaning to say, we are going to multiply the exponents. Number four, it's power of a product. That's the quantity a times b to the power of n equals a to the power of n times b to the power of n. This means that this exponent n will be the exponent of the two factors a and b. Then number five, it's power of a quotient. So that's the quantity a divided by b to the power of n equals a to the n over b to the n. So this exponent n is the exponent of the numerator a and also the exponent of the denominator b. Rule number 6. That's a to the power of negative n equals 1 over a to the power of n. So a to the power of negative n becomes a to the power of n if we are going to make it a denominator and writing 1 as our numerator. Number 7, that is zero exponent, that is a to the 0 equals 1. So any number except 0 raised to 0 exponent is 1. Now let's do examples. Example number 1, simplify x to the power of 2/3 times y to the power of 1/2 times x to the power of 5 over 3 times y to the power of 1 over 4. To multiply powers having the same base, we add the exponents. So for the variable x, the exponents are 2/3 and 5/3. So we just add them up. And also the exponents of y are 1/2 and 1/4. So we are also going to add 1/2 and 1/4. So 2/3 plus 5/3 equals 7/3. Then 1/2 plus 1/4 equals 3/4. Example number 2. Simplify 15x to the power of 7 over 2 times y to the power of 1/2 over 5 times x to the power of 1/3 y to the power of negative 1/4. To divide powers having the same base, we are going to subtract the exponents. So we have 15 divided by 5 is 3. then the exponent of the numerator for x is 7 over 2, and the exponent of x in our denominator is 1/3, so that's 7 over 2 minus 1/3. Then for y, the exponent of the numerator is 1/2, and the denominator is negative 1/4, so that's 1/2 minus negative 1/4. Finally, 7 over 2 minus 1 over 3 is 19 over 6, so that is now the exponent of x. And then 1/2 minus negative 1/4 is equal to 3 over 4. So this is our answer. 3 times x to the power of 19 over 6 times y to the power of 3 over 4. Example number 3. Simplify the quantity u to the power of 3 over 5, v to the power of negative 4 over 7 over u to the power of 1 over 5 and v to the power of 2/3 raised to the power of 1/4. From our power of a quotient rule, so this 1/4 is the power of the numerator and also the power of the denominator. So that is the quantity u to the power of 3 over 5, v to the power of negative 4 over 7 raised to the power of 1/4 over u to the power of 1 over 5 times v to the power of 2 over 3 raised to the 1/4 exponent. Now, from the power of a product rule, we have u to the power of 3 over 5 times 1/4, and then times v to the power of negative 4 over 7 times 1/4 over u to the power of 1 over 5 times 1/4, and then v to the power of 2 over 3 times 1/4. Now, simplifying furthermore, this is what we get. 3 over 5 times 1 over 4 is 3 over 20. Then, negative 4 over 7 times 1/4 equals negative 1 over 7. Now, on our denominator, 1 over 5 times 1 over 4 equals 1 over 20. Then 2 over 3 times 1 over 4 equals 1 over 6. Now, to divide powers having the same base, we subtract the exponents. So that means we are going to subtract 1 over 20 from 3 over 20. So that becomes 1 over 10. So this is now the exponent of u. And also, we are going to subtract 1 over 6 from negative 1 over 7. And that's negative 13 over 42. So this is now the exponent of v. This part here is not yet in its simplest form because we have here a negative exponent. Following the rule on negative exponent, we are going to bring this factor v to the power of negative 13 over 42 to the denominator. So this is our final answer, u to the power of 1 over 10 over v to the power of 13 over 42. Example number 4. Simplify. First, we are going to simplify the numerator. Following our power of a product rule, we are going to multiply the exponents here on our numerator by this exponent here outside the parentheses. So that means it becomes u to the power of negative 4 over 5 times negative 7 over 4, and then v to the power of 0 is 1, it's here. Then w to the power of 2 over 7 times negative 7 over 4. And then we will just copy down the denominator. Now we are going to simplify furthermore. So multiplying negative 4 over 5 and negative 7 over 4, our answer here is 7 over 5. This is 1 anyway, we may not write it here. So next, 2 over 7 times negative 7 over 4, that's negative 1/2. So this is the exponent of w. Now, we don't make any changes to the denominator. Now, to divide powers having the same base, we subtract the exponents. Now we have u on the numerator and on the denominator. That means we subtract the exponent, 7 over 5 minus 6 over 5, and that gives us 1 over 5. Then for w, we have negative 1/2 minus 5 over 6, and that gives us negative 4 over 3. And then we will just copy down this v to the power of 3 over 8. This part is not yet in its simplest form because we have a negative exponent here. Following the rule on negative exponents, we are going to bring this factor w to the power of negative 4 over 3 down. So our final answer is u to the power of 1/5 all over v to the power of 3 over 8 times w to the power of 4 over 3. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Teacher Red Jill. Keep safe.